looks like we're good to go. Alrighty, welcome back again. We're back again with some more Run and Bun here. We are picking up where we just left off. I had just streamed just earlier ago, making my way to Sutapolis and doing some encounters. But I had to stop the stream short for a little bit, but I wanted to come back and complete the rest of what I wanted to do for today. Unfortunately, during that process, I ended up unceremoniously losing my Ampharos to a optional battle because of a frickin' final gambit from a Vascular Legion. Very unfortunate. I mean, Mega Ampharos is not like one of the best encounters, but it was my only Thunder Wave user, which makes catching more Pokemon a lot harder. I would have to use a heart scale if I wanted to teach another one of my guys that move. So, pretty unfortunate, but it happens. I just gotta be more careful with optionals, but what I wanted to do, really quick, I explained it during my stream earlier, but I really wanted to see if I can get a shot at getting a Mega Aerodactyl. Because in my right now my counter routing for Route 126 for the surfing encounters, I currently have a 75% chance at an Aerodactyl and a 25% chance at an Archeops. Both of which would be pretty great for my box, just having a fast flying and rock type. But with my box, I think I have a pretty good shot at beating the optional fight to get the Mega Aerodactylite, which is considered one of the hardest, I mean, in my opinion as well, it's one of the hardest optional fights in the game. But I took some time looking at it, and I think I think I made a pretty cool line that could actually beat it, deathless. Not 100% riskless, but pretty close. It's very, very minor risk. And it has a really cool strategy that I really would like to use. But all that hinges on us actually encountering an Aerodactyl and catching it, so that's what I'm going to do first here. And hopefully it has good enough IVs for us. So let's go in and do that first. I'm going to go over and head to Route 126. Which should you be just past here, where we did the mandatory fights earlier. So this is 124. We did these fights here. And then this is 126. So we can land our encounter here. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't have Thunder Wave. But I should be able to fairly easily catch this Aerodactyl with just my Corviknight. Just using Feather Dances and Roosts. I should be pretty fine. And I already checked. Brave Bird will never KO with a crit if it's a minimum defense Aerodactyl. So we should have a pretty good shot at catching it. So why don't we do that first and see? I could also get the 25% Archeops too, which I mean, Archeops is fine as well, but I would much rather a Aerodactyl, so we could do the fight. But let's see. It's 75% chance likely. Let's take a look. Alright, let's see. Big arrow, big arrow. This is taking a while. It's... Alright, here we go. Gyarados, we already caught that. So this is a dupe we can just run. Alright, so we can just roll again. I have majority of the other dupes on this route, so if we see Sharpedo or Gyarados, we're free to re-roll the encounter here. Alright, there we go, let's see. Aerodactyl, there we go. Alright. That's what we're talking about. Alright, so let's just make sure we catch this thing safely. Let's start off with a quick, quick ball. Let's see if you can make it easy on us here. Nope. That's fine. Yeah, it comes with Tailwind too, which is pretty nice. Alright, so we can start Feather Dancing. Yeah, it's got Stone Edge, which is perfectly fine for us. Alright, so let me speed this up because this might take a little bit. I'm not sure what Aerodactyl's catch rate is. Alright, so it's got -6 attack. We could Roost Up. Ooh, nice crit. Alright, we can Brave Bird once. It should deal around half. Oh, so that looks like it's actually got pretty good defense. Alright, so we could try to start throwing some balls at it now. We can start off with some Ultra Balls here, I guess. Stone Edge. Oh, there we go. Nice. That's actually a lot faster than I thought. Alright, Aerodactyl. It's one of my favorite guys. Alright, let's see what a good nickname for this guy is. Paige Kate, what's up in the chat? Thanks for popping over and having a good day today. Alright, so what is a good nickname for Aerodactyl? I think I got a good one here. How about Van Halen? Alrighty, Van Halen. Let's go back and see how good our boy Aerodactyl is here. We're definitely looking for high attack, high speed. And definitely no minus attack or minus special attack nature. Oh, wrong box. Let's bring you back here. Armaldo, you can move over here. Alright. Let's see what IVs in nature we're working with here. Ah, relaxed nature. Minus speed. Ah, man, that's unfortunate. I mean, he's got good defense. 19 attack is pretty good. But that minus speed nature definitely is not ideal. But Mega Aerodactyl's base speed is 150. So it's already naturally pretty fast, so... And 26 speed IV should make up for a good amount of it. So... I think this is still workable. Yeah, we could do something with that. But now we have to go actually get the Mega Stone for this guy here. So, and there's a fight that we have to beat, which I have shown in the bottom there. So, and I've already planned it out, so let me go ahead and grab our team for this next fight. So, for this fight, we're gonna need Excadrill. We're gonna need... we're gonna need Gliscor, Hydreigon. We're gonna need... Arcanine. We're gonna need Golisopod. And we're gonna need... Caracosta. Alright, and then for items... I need to give the Choice Band to Excadrill. We need a Chesto Berry for Arcanine. And then, let's see, I don't think I need any other items, really. Let me just take a look at the calc here. Is there any other items I need? No, I don't think so. Let's just see what the line looks like here. So, Excadrill. Yeah, the other guys don't need items. The only thing is I need to pre-damage Galissapod to be at, let's see... Let's see, 149 plus 58. Let's see, 207. That's good. Check that one more time. 58 plus 149. 207 HP for Galissapod. So let's see, free damage. 207. Alright, that looks good. And then I need a pre-damage Caracosta to 192 HP, it looks like. Okay, yeah. It should always be... 129 HP should always be fine. That should always fade in Tyranitar. Even with Stuff Rocks up. Alright. So... free damage... 192 HP. Good. Let me just see... Oh, he's about to level up. I might as well do that. So it's consistent. If he doesn't level up mid-fight. Let's just get you up to 80. So then at level 80... it would need to be 189 HP. Let's see, yeah, 189. Again, that should always never bait crunch after stealth rocks. Yeah. So that should be good. It'll also never bait pursuit. I think this is good. Everything looks to be in order. Just triple check everything else here. I think this is everything that we need. Choice band, no item, no item. Chesto. No item, 207 HP. 189 HP. Alright. Think we're good. Let's go in and do this fight. Pretty excited to do this fight. Oh, I didn't have my thingies on. Ah, frick. Veriscuda. I didn't have my my thingy off. It's okay. Let's go. My Dragon. Let's get out of here, please. Thank you. Alright. Always gotta make sure our repellent's still on. The level of the wild encounters in this game is a little scary, so... Can't get too overexcited. Alright, let's just go head over there. To... Triathlete Pablo, which is the optional fight who's guarding the... Mega Aerodactylite, which is through this passage here. Yep, there he is. Alright, so let's save. This is a very big fight. It's not completely riskless. I am risking a very, very small percentage of something to go wrong, but I think I did a pretty good job accounting for every case scenario that can happen here, so... majority of the time, we should be able to come out on top here. So let me just double check the calc last time. Making sure I didn't overlook anything. yeah, I think I have accounted for everything. And like I said, there's a lot that goes into this fight, so I'm gonna try my best to explain all of it as we go through it, and explain why this fight is so difficult. But I think we're good to go. Let's go in and take this guy on. Alright, Triathlete Pablo. This guy deserves some boss battle music for how difficult he is. Alright, so this guy is guarding the Mega Aerodactylite, meaning that he also has a Mega Aerodactyl on his team. And his team is really crazy. And it's very difficult for one particular reason. It's not because he has a Life Orb Sneasler. It's not because he has a Choice Banded Tyranitar. It's not because he has that Mega Aerodactyl. The thing that makes this fight really hard is this Crustle right here. Because this Crustle has the sturdy ability with Stealth Rocks, making it very tricky to remove the Stealth Rocks or prevent it from setting up. But it also has Shell Smash, which could use to set up, which is also very scary. But the thing that's the most annoying is it's holding a red card. Which, basically, if you attack it and it doesn't get KO'd, you will get randomly swapped to another one of the mons in your party. So, it's practically impossible to both try to prevent Stealth Rocks and prevent that red card from activating. So, the way I try to figure this out, the crux of this the only reason why I'm actually able to do this fight is because of my Excadrill here. He is the linchpin to this whole fight. So, I gave him a Focus Band to try to deal as much damage here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open by going for a Choice Banded Iron Head. It won't KO because of its sturdy ability. However, the move itself has a 30% chance to crit, 30% chance to flinch, which if I do get that, that'll prevent Crustle from setting up Stealth Rocks, which would almost eliminate all the risk in the rest of the fight. But even if that doesn't happen, Stealth Rocks can still go up, which is perfectly fine. It's 96% chance to do that. And I've accounted for any of the Pokemon that I get randomly swapped into. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. The worst case scenario would be if I get swapped into my Arcanine, because then I would have to do an extra switch. But the horrible case scenario is that unfortunately this Crustle isn't always guaranteed to go Stealth Rocks turn 1. It has a very low percent chance, like about a 2%, to either go for an attack or set up Shell Armor. If it goes for an attack, we can be in a bad spot. So if we flinch, we're golden. If it sets up Stealth Rocks, we're fine. We can work with it. So I'm gonna click Iron Head. We'll activate the red card and see who we swap into. And hopefully we get a flinch. So there's the sturdy. Red card activates. Hydreigon. Alright, that's fine. Alright, now please set up Stealth Rocks or flinch. Okay, perfect. Alright, so Stealth Rocks are up, which is a little annoying, but we can still definitely work with it. So now in this position, Hydreigon was one of the 4 better options. So the way I was gonna play around this red card is Hydreigon and Gliscor both have U-turn and outspeed, so I can just use that. Golisopod has First Impression that I could use to KO, and Caracosta has Aqua Jet that I could use to KO. If Arcanine came out, I would have had to swap to Gliscor for the U-turn KO. All of this was to ensure that after I KO this Crustle, I need to bait in the Tyranitar next. That is crucial for this strategy to work. So because my Hydreigon got swapped in, I can just go for a U-turn to KO and get my free switch. So we take out Crustle, and we're gonna bring in Caracosta, who is gonna take some Stealth Rock's chip, but we accounted for that. And this should always bring in Tyranitar. So there's some Stone Edge chip. And we should see Tyranitar. Perfect. So the reason why we wanted to bait in Tyranitar is because of its Sandstream ability. So normally that would suck because it's Sandstorm plus Stealth Rock's chip, which could be very troublesome. However, I can also use it to my advantage because my Excadrill is lucky enough to have the Sand Rush ability, which because of that, now my Excadrill outspeeds everything in against the opponent, including the Mega Aerodactyl, which is pretty crazy. So in this position though, the Tyranitar should be guaranteed to go only for Stone Edge, because that is its highest damaging move, and it sees the only thing it should see a KO with. Yeah, and because of that, it can't use Pursuit. It's also Choice Banded, which does just crazy damage. But we can fairly safely go to our Excadrill, who can take a Stone Edge pretty well. Ideally, we see a Stone Edge miss, or don't see a crit. But either way, we should be still pretty fine. So we'll go to Exca on a Stone Edge here. We'll take very little Stealth Rock's chip because we're quad resistant. Alright, perfect. No crit, that's really good. Alright, and now we can outspeed because of the Sandstream, and we can one-shot this Tyranitar with a Choice Banded Earthquake. Alright, cool. So, big first demon goes down. The next thing that's gonna come in should be the Delphox. Perfect. Yeah, and this is always Delphox because even though technically it always even though it sees I can outspeed and KO, it's holding a Focus Sash, which means it sees that it always survives one hit. So it gets swapped in, and it sees a guaranteed KO with Overheat. Which, thankfully, because of the Sandstorm being up, my Arcanine, who is a Rock type, the Hisuian, has increased Special Defense, which is going to take very little damage from this Overheat, and also drop the Delphox's special attack. We are going to take 25% damage from the Stealth Rocks, so ideally you don't see any crits here. So we're going to go straight to Arcanine on the Overheat. We'll take 25% damage, and there's the Overheat. Alright, good. So a special attack also drops. So now it's also got Magic Guard, so it's not going to take Sandstorm chip. Unfortunately, I couldn't give my Arcanine a Citrus Berry to account for the account for the Stealth Rock's damage, because the Stealth Fox has Hypnosis. Which it can definitely go for here. But I'd rather go for that rather than going for Psychic, because I want to stay at least above half health with Arcanine here. With my Arcanine, Rock Slide into Extreme Speed will always KO through the Focus Sash. So we would very much love to see a Rock Slide here. Let me see. In the sand... Let me see. -2 Psychic does at most 41 to me, looks like. Oh no. -2 non-psychic crit does at most 52. So that would leave us at 188 minus 52. That would be 136. Yeah, so we really do not want to see a psychic crit here, or a psychic high roll. If it goes for Hypnosis, that would be fantastic. Because, again, we have a Chesto Berry to account for that. So, please go for Hypnosis. Oh, Laser Focus. Perfect. That's even better. Yeah, so also has laser Focus to ensure that it gets a critical hit. So that's also another best case scenario. But we don't have to worry about that, because, well, now the Focus Sash is broken, and we can always KO with an Extreme Speed. Alright, so Delphox goes down, and this is perfect. This is gonna always bring in the Sneasler next. Alright, so the Sneasler here outspeeds and always sees a KO with close combat. So we had accounted. In this case, I'm gonna go to Golisopod to get an emergency exit. I accounted for whether or not I had gotten Stealth Rocks or not. So because I have the Stealth Rocks, after I take the Stealth Rocks damage, close combat will always bring me below half, and activate emergency exit. If we had flinched the Crustle at the beginning, after the close combat, we would have always baited Gunk Shot, which would allow us still allow us a free switch into my Excadrill. So either way, we're always going to get a free switch here to get Excadrill back in. So let's go Golisopod. We'll take the Stealth Rock, and then we'll take the close combat. Yeah, and we would have always lived a crit there. I accounted for that. So we emergency exit. We bring in Excadrill back in for free. And again, because of the Sandstorm, we outspeed the Sneasler, which is crazy. And we could one-shot with an Earthquake here. Perfect. Alright, everything's going very smooth so far. Next thing that should come in should be the Kingdra. Alright, and this is Sniper Kingdra, which deals double damage with critical hits. And it has Dragon Dance, which can be scary. But this Kingdra always sees a KO on my Excadrill with Waterfall. And we can't quite KO this with the Earthquake as well. And we also want it, because I'm Choice Banded, I also want to not be locked into Earthquake here. So instead, I'm just going to swap directly to my Hydreigon on a guaranteed Waterfall, and we'll be able to take it pretty well. including the Stealth Rocks chip. So Stealth Rocks, Waterfall, perfect. And we eat that. We'll both take some Sandstorm, which is perfectly fine. This thing has leftovers to account for the Sandstorm, but my Hydreigon outspeeds and we can just simply one-shot with a Draco. So Kingdra goes down. Take a little bit more Sandstorm. And then the final demon comes in, which is Pablo's Aerodactyl, which is going to Mega Evolve to do crazy damage. It also has Hone Claws to further increase its damage and boost its accuracy for Stone Edge. Right now it's either gonna go for... It could set up a Hone Claw, and it has about a 50-50 to go for either Stone Edge or Dual Wing Beat. All of which should be perfectly fine, because now all we're going to do is just go, again, back to Excadrill, and we're fine with whatever move it goes for. The only problem would be potential... Let me see. Let's see, I think the only thing that could really screw us over here is... Actually, I think double... Yeah, even if it gets 2 maxwell crits on the dual wing beat, I think we should, as long as we don't get below 192 HP after the Stealth Rocks, we're perfectly safe here. So we're just gonna go, again, back to Excadrill on whatever move. Oh yeah, so we're perfectly fine here. It's gonna Mega Evolve. Yeah, so Stone Edge, perfectly fine. We eat that. And again, even though this Aerodactyl has a base 150 speed stat, with Sand Rush, we still outspeed and can just simply one-shot with a Choice Banded Iron Head, winning us the fight. Woo-wee! Let's go! Oh man. I think that's my favorite line that I've ever done for a fight. Yep, you're not bad at all. I'd like to get to know you more. Too bad. Alright, and we get our prize. Aerodactylite. We now have our own Mega Aerodactyl. Which is unfortunately minus speed, but we could always invest some heart scales if needed. But even with minus speed nature, it has 26 speed IV, so I think it should still be fine. Alright. Glad to end on a nice success there, rather than the accidental Ampharos death. But yeah. Now at this point, we did get the Beedrill as well, so I do need to plan the fight to get the Mega Beedrill. So I'm gonna plan that off stream, and then after that we can start making our way to Seafloor Cavern, which is gonna be our next and final Evil Team section of this game. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end things there. Really appreciate anyone who stopped by to watch. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and I'll see everyone in my next stream.